Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the July 1992 book, R.L. Stine's Goosebumps, Welcome to Dead House. So this started the Goosebumps legacy. Technically, Fear Street was before Goosebumps. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, unless I switch some timelines, I'm not 100%. R.L. Stine has written many books, many franchises, many books. They're not all within the same canon. We pretend they are, and it's totally fine. I don't actually know if Fear Street was before or after Goosebumps. I feel like it was during Goosebumps. I gotta look that up. Anyway, I got my original bookmark from the 90s. It changes between Curly the Skeleton and the Haunted Mask. Very, very rare to find. I made my own bookmark. We're good, right? We've been anticipating the start of this adventure, right, of the 62 original books for a long time. We've been prepping. I got my old 90s blanket out for a backdrop. We got the hoodie, we got the hat. We're ready. We're ready to talk about the 62 books of Goosebumps. So the first book is 123 pages. Each book is around that rough, right? So it's going to take me a while to read all 62 books, many a months. But definitely before Halloween. That's my goal. I want to finish before Halloween. We'll see how fast I can actually do it. So, Welcome to Dead House. That is the first book in this franchise, in this 62-book series. So what is this book? What is this 123 pages? So main characters, Amanda and Josh, they're middle schoolers. They are moving to a new house with their parents. Father's great uncle passed away. Didn't know he existed. Gifted them this house, so they're moving to this house. But Amanda starts to see things. She's starting to see like these kids randomly these other middle schoolers randomly in the house, and Josh doesn't want to move. Their dog Petey is just growling at everything and everyone. So the kids start to make friends with the neighborhood kids. They start to play softball at the park by the school. Very small town, so it's only one school. It's dealing with the new move jitters, right? How do you prep for the summer prior to starting a new school? With kids you just met. So things are weird, right? They're starting to see things, they're hearing things. Why are these things happening? So as the story progresses, and the kids face this one kid, Ray, at a cemetery, the local cemetery, which also houses an amphitheater where everybody meets. Like they have the town meetings, which is interesting. Ray confesses that it's actually a dead town, that it's a town full of living dead, and the only reason that they're here the only reason that this new family is here is because the town needs blood once a year to keep thriving. And we get an origin story. Why the town became this way? Well, there was a plastics factory that everybody used to work at, and some yellow gas came out of there one day and just killed everybody, but somehow didn't kill everybody because they've all been living dead, and they all need this one blood chunk sacrifice basically a year to keep the town going. So each of the kids lived at Dead House at one point, and that's how they keep cycling in blood. They get a new family to come in, they get a new family to kill, and then, on continues the cycle. But Amanda and Josh figured this out, faced the ghouls, right? The ghouls and ghoulies, figured out that light is their enemy, so they pushed this giant tree down to bring light into the amphitheater before their parents were sacrificed. This giant flashlight helped, destroy Ray, helped destroy the realtor, so they thought. And then everybody packs up and they're on their way. The dog dies. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful, very quick horror kind of middle school film book that is just very quick, and you're like, no, how could you kill the dog? And then they kill the ghost. They re-kill the ghost. Very interesting. And then they all pack up and leave, and then it turns out that a new family is moving in while they're leaving. And then the kids are like, well, what are you doing here? And they're like, well, I used to live here. So it's a matter of, did the cycle actually break? Is the cycle continuing? Are the ghouls actually dead? Or are they still living dead, coming back after the sun comes down? So many unanswered questions, but that's the benefit of this. It doesn't have to be answered. It's very quick. Very TV kind of thing. And that's what was great about the Goosebumps TV show, is that each episode was a different book. So it's very cool. It's very cool revisiting this. It's bringing back a lot of great memories. Watching the show with my brother. We had some of the books when we were younger. We didn't read them constantly. We were more into the show than we were into the toys. Like Taco Bell had a whole line of toys at one point. Wendy said a whole line of toys at one point. We were more into that stuff, Goosebumps wise, than the books. But now that I've been reading a lot more than I did back when I was a kid, I wanted to revisit this series and see if it still piqued the interest, and it still piques the interest. So, welcome to Dead House, July 1992, book 1 in the Goosebumps franchise, the original Goosebumps 62 book, I was going to say trilogy, 62 book collection by R.L. Stine. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.